Alrighty. So
All right, so here we go back to your favorite thing to do, which I think is
Redskins
a
roster
crapshoot.
2020. Yeah, well, especially who I have picked here. It could be a surprise to many. We are going to the Redskins O line. Usually, I go with uh, the Redskins website, but the O line's kind of funny. You can't filter them all out because tackle and center and guard are all different letters. But
I know that's
yeah,
they
so
should they all should start with O, and
yeah.
then I was saying the same thing there. It's like really I can't group them together. It's
Yep. So I went ahead and just made a little WordPad thing to put them in here just so we could have them all listed out. So,
all right. I want you to tell me what you got, and I will critique what you because
all right.
I have some opinions, but it's a crapshoot in some of the places. So
All right. So I did what I usually do. I went back and I looked at how many O linemen that Ron Rivera kept in the past, and it's a mix. He kept sometimes 9 and sometimes 10, which is pretty standard to keep one of those two. 8 is usually definitely you want to keep more than 8 with injuries and everything. So it's interesting here what's going on. So what I have, so I have 9 total because I had 6 receivers, 5 running backs, 3 tight ends, 2 quarterbacks, and usually you want to have 25 on offense, 25 on defense, and the 3 special teamers, the long snapper, the kicker, and the punter. So
right.
to get to that 25, I would have 9 offensive linemen. So
Okay.
here are my 9 offensive linemen. I'm going to start with the bench players and then move to the starters. So I have Sadiq Charles as a backup tackle. I have Wes Martin being kept. I think he's pretty good to be kept as a backup guard. I have Keith Ishmael to be the backup center. And I have Ross Piersbacher because he can play center and guard. So I think he's a good backup to have. He has some versatility, and he's another draft pick that we have.
Right. So and just let me. So Sadiq Charles, that's the guy they drafted that had the issue at school and.
Yes, the LSU guy.
Yeah. So I think that makes sense that he's a backup because he has potential to be good, but obviously in the first year, you probably don't want to throw him to the wolves at left tackle or Dwayne Haskins for that.
Left tackle is going to be the last player I said, and this is why I don't think Sadiq Charles will start. But I'll go up the starters. So that was my 4 backups. Now my 5 starters, and I'll start with the right tackle, is Morgan Moses, of course, and Brandon Scherf. I think they'll
so you're hoping Morgan Moses bounces back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see a clear replacement for him, and I don't necessarily think he's bad. I just think he just freaking commits too many dang penalties.
Yeah,
and
I know.
Let's see if Ron Rivera can get him out of that habit or not. But he needs to quit false starting and holding people. So, and I would not be disappointed to see somebody else starting ahead of him. But I just don't see it this year. I think this might be a next year thing. So,
all right. Well, just so you know, I'm with you on Morgan Moses and Wes Martin. That was because that's about as far as I went as who I thought was going to start. I didn't necessarily wean anybody.
Brandon Scherf. No,
Brandon Scherf. Yeah, I'm sorry, said the wrong. But yes.
All right. I think Chase Rouillet will continue to be the starting center. I think he'll win his job back. He has the experience. Yep. And then we went and got Wes Switzer, the guard from Atlanta. I think he will, with the experience as well. A lot of the players behind him are young. They're up and coming. They're going to have to be developed. So I think Wes Switzer will be the guard.
Left guard, right? We're on the left side now.
Left guard, yep. The starting left tackle for the Washington Redskins in 2020 is going to be not a guy from this roster right now. We are going to go sign Jason Peters to a 1-year deal because it makes sense.
Is that the guy you were saying that's like 38 or something?
Yeah, he's old, like 37 years old or something along those lines. We need him for a 1-year deal. It makes sense. We do not have a developed left tackle at this time. You have to protect Dwayne Haskins' backside in a huge development year, his second year. We do not want this kid to be put on his horse all game.
What about Cornelius?
Cornelius, Lucas. No, I don't. I mean, maybe he ends up at the starting, but I did not have him.
I just didn't know. Actually, one of the reasons, and it's kind of like not necessarily related to that, but one of the reasons why he stood out is a left tackle that's 6'8".
6'8", 328. That's a big.
Is that good? Is being tall? I'm not. I guess if you're tall, you're gonna have a huge reach.
Yeah, the big thing with the tackles are their reach. It's just like what you said, because you want them to be able to reach and grab those quick DNs that are trying to get around them. And the big part of it is that when they try to get around the edge, they have big long arms to push them around the quarterback to give that quarterback a nice pocket to sit into. So when you have those long arms, you can push them out.
Right, but what the reason why I was actually looking at hogshaven.com and was reading about this earlier, just how the article they wrote saying everybody thinks the Redskins' offensive line is going to be terrible. Here's why it won't. And one of the things that they were doing was rating quarterbacks. The PFF, the
Pro Football Focus.
Power, that basically they were saying that Cornelius was the most experienced of who we got and was better ranked than Morgan Moses and Donald Penn, who actually had a decent year last year. So that's kind of the reason why I was wondering about Cornelius. That
I hope he takes that starting spot from Morgan Moses, and maybe he would be, if we don't go get Jason Peters, that's probably who will be on the team. I also had Jerron Christian fighting for that spot. He is a draft pick. He's got some experience under his belt. But yeah, maybe
Sorry, you're actually like matrixing right now. I'm not sure if it's my end or yours, but that last thing you said, you broke up a little bit. But
can you hear me now?
I got the general gist. Yeah, I got the general gist of what you were saying though.
I got you. Yeah, it looks like.
But that was the only reason. Like I said, he jumped out as being 6'8" and having experience. And if I understand what you're saying, is get somebody that's got a lot of experience, because that is definitely the critical spot, and you don't want Dwayne Haskins running for his life every play if the left tackle can't do what they're doing, So if I understand your reasoning behind getting him, but short of doing that, if they don't, I'd be interested to see what this guy can do, because he's apparently a very big weight-wise and big height-wise. But I'm thinking at 6'8", 328 pounds is not going to look as big as a lot of other guys. You know what I'm saying?
Because he's so tall. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going
to be a big boy. But you're right. He can carry it well comparatively.
Yeah.
But awesome. Yeah, it looks like Discord's starting to act up a little bit, but it's all right. We're at the end of the show. It was a fun episode 7. We went through some good stuff. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for sticking around to the end. If you have any comments, please leave them below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and watch the snippets. Share with your friends. Share it on Facebook. We're trying to grow a little bit of an audience. We're doing pretty good so far. We're having fun, and that'll be it. Any last words?
Nope. It was a lot of fun. We found some fiery things to talk about, even though the sports world is all but dead. But I look forward to the next time.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. See ya. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching to the end of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. The like button is on this side for mobile. If you have any of your own thoughts or questions, comment down below. We may just answer it next video. Thanks. See ya.